Do you want to learn English the natural way? In this video, you will learn English with the method of comprehensible input. What is comprehensible input? It's when you learn vocabulary and new words just by listening. That's it. All you need to do is just listen. If you want more videos like this, check out our website englishsponge.com, where we have hundreds and hundreds of videos that you can watch and you can learn from. Today, Brian, an American from New York, is going to attempt the Life in the UK test. What is the Life in the UK test? Well, if you want to become a British citizen, then you need to take the Life in the UK test. In this test, you have to answer 24 questions about British culture and British history. So, can an American pass the Life in the UK test? Let's find out. Okay, welcome, Brian. Are you ready to attempt your Life in the UK test?
I guess I'm ready. If I would have known earlier that I was taking this test, I would have studied for it, because I suspect I'm going to perform rather poorly.
But Brian, you are carrying America's reputation on your shoulders today, and so make sure that you give everybody a good impression of the USA today. Question 1. Which country's flag is not a part of the Union flag? Is it Wales, Ireland, Scotland, or England?
Okay, so the Union Jack is the famous red, white, and blue flag of the United Kingdom, which has the Cross of St. George from England, I believe the Cross of St. Andrew from Scotland, and is it St. David from Northern Ireland, but it does not have that weird dragon that Wales has. So my guess is going to be it does not feature Wales.
Okay, you have chosen Wales. Now, are you correct? You are correct. That is the correct answer. Nice. Good start. Good start. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following events is the bombing of English cities by the Germans? Is it the Blitz, the Dunkirk Spirit, D-Day, or the Battle of Britain?
It is the Blitz, and I know that because early in life, being from Queens, I listened a lot to the Ramones, who have a song called Blitzkrieg Bop, which I love, and I looked up what they were talking about, and when I learned that such a fun song was about the bombing of a city, I laughed. It was funny. So I'm pretty sure it's the Blitz refers to the bombing of London, I believe.
That is the correct answer.
That's sweet.
Good start. This is a good start. I'm pretty surprised that an American knows anything about the UK. Yeah, you are correct. The Blitz was when the Germans, during World War II, dropped lots and lots of bombs all over the UK, really, but especially in London. So yeah, you are correct. Let's go to question 3. Now we have a slightly more difficult question for you. Okay. Who developed ideas about economics during the Enlightenment period, which are still referred to today? Is it David Hume, Adam Smith, James Watt, or Isaac Newton?
One moment, James. I'm not Googling the answer. I'm looking for my copy of The Wealth of Nations by Adam Smith the preeminent Scottish Enlightenment philosopher who I love dearly. The Wealth of Nations is the book that they're probably referring to in this question, but my favorite from him is called The Theory of Moral Sentiments, which is just a profound exploration of human psychology. So if you have to read Adam Smith, or you want to read Adam Smith, start with The Theory of Moral Sentiments. But I believe they're referring to The Wealth of Nations, which I have somewhere over here. But, you know, in the interest of saving time, I won't go through my library.
So what's your answer?
Adam Smith.
You are correct. The answer is indeed Adam Smith. I said that would be a hard question, but apparently not. So let's find you something more difficult. On to the next question. A 2-minute silence is observed on Easter to commemorate the death of Jesus Christ in the UK. True or false?
So this is the first question that I don't with certainty know the answer to. Traditionally, Britain or England is a Christian country. It was part of Christendom. On the other hand, I do know that the laws of the United Kingdom stipulate that no one may be compelled to practice religion. But then again, the Church of England is an official, it's related with the government. In the United States, we have a separation of church and state, but I believe you guys do not. I'm just going to go and say yes, but it's a guess. True.
The correct answer is false. So that is your first incorrect answer. No, we do not have a 2-minute silence for Jesus Christ in the UK. So there we go.
Okay.
On to the next question. Who is credited with the introduction of the National Health Service, or the NHS, in 1948? Is it David Hume, Florence Nightingale, Aneurin Bevan, or Winston Churchill?
Okay. So, it's not David Hume, because David Hume was another Scottish Enlightenment philosopher who was actually good friends with the aforementioned Adam Smith. Florence Nightingale was a nurse, so she's involved in healthcare, but I don't think she developed, what is it called? The National Health Institute? What is it?
The National Health Service.
I don't think that she introduced the National Health Service. Winston Churchill, I believe, lost power after World War II in 1945. I believe that in 1945, Labour came into power, and he was not a member of the Labour Party. So my final guess is going to be C, he whose name I can't pronounce.
You are correct. The answer is C. That's right. Aneurin Bevan. Yeah, if I'm mispronouncing that name, then I am ashamed.
Was the Right Honourable Mr. Bevan a member of the Labour Party? Did I get that right?
So he was the Minister for Health, and so I believe that was the Labour Party in 1948. I think it probably was the Labour Party, because the Conservatives probably would not make something like the NHS. So he was the Minister for Health, and he led the establishment of the National Health Service, which we still have in the UK today. So, next question. Which country did Hitler invade in 1939? The USA, Poland, Italy, or the USSR?
Hitler did not invade the United States, because my grandfather alone would have whooped him. He did not invade Italy, because he was Germany and Italy, I believe, were part of that axis of powers. They were together. He did end up invading the Soviet Union at one point, even though that they had a pact of alliance. But I believe I know he did invade Poland. So now the choice is between Poland and the Soviet Union. What year did that occur? I think I'm going to go with Poland. I'm going to go with Poland.
That's your final answer.
Yes.
You are correct. The answer is indeed Poland. That's right. So Poland, Hitler and the Nazis invaded Poland in 1939, and that triggered the entrance of the UK into World War II. And that is, at least that is when many people believe the Second World War began. Name the famous cricket competition, which is a series of test matches played between England and Australia. Is it Lords, the Ashes, the Classics, or the Masters?
I have zero knowledge of cricket trivia. My options are Lords. What's B?
Lords, Ashes, Classics, or Masters?
Let's go with Classics. I don't know the answer to this question.
So you're going with Classics. Is that your final answer?
Yes.
That is incorrect.
Oh. Is it Masters?
You should be. No, that's also incorrect.
Okay, good. So I was going to be wrong no matter what.
No matter what.
What's your third choice?
I don't know. Why would it be Ashes? Is it Ashes?
It is indeed the Ashes. Yes, the Ashes is an ongoing competition between England and Australia, and it's a series of test matches that are played, I think, every single year. So, you fail. Good. Yeah, but of course, if you don't know anything, if you don't care about cricket, then why would you know the answer? I guess.
I like to say I'm not into things yet, because I like to keep an open mind. I'm not into cricket yet. Perhaps I'll watch the Ashes next year.
Can I be honest? I can't stand cricket. It is incredibly boring, and I would never watch it. I would rather be shot in the face. Which tribes invaded Britain after the Romans had left? Was it the Vikings, the Jutes and the Anglo-Saxons, the Celtics, or the Normans?
What's throwing me off here is tribes. Because the Norman invasion was in 1066, the last time your great island suffered an invasion. So that was after the Romans had left, but I wouldn't call the Normans a tribe. I also know that the Vikings frequently attacked the coasts, particularly of Scotland, if I remember correctly. So my other options are the Celtics and who else?
So all your options are the Vikings, the Jutes and the Anglo-Saxons, the Celtics or the Normans. Remember, this is who invaded after the Romans had left.
Yeah, then I'm going to have to go with the Normans, because William the Conqueror conquered England at that time, and also Wales, I believe. Didn't make it up to the Scottish. I've always admired the Scottish for that reason, is that even the Romans, the preeminent military might of the ancient world, was like, no, we're not We're not going to mess with these guys. We're going to build a wall, keep them out.
I think now would be a good time to mention that I am actually half Scottish.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you got it in you, man.
That's right. Don't mess with us.
Don't mess with us. Yeah, so I guess I'll go with the Normans. I'll go with the Normans.
So the correct answer is actually the Jutes and the Anglo-Saxons. So when the Roman army left Britain in 410 AD to defend other parts of the Roman Empire, Britain was invaded by tribes from Northern Europe, the Jutes and the and the Angles and the Saxons, that's not right, and the Anglo-Saxons.
You know what? Now that you just read that, I know that answer because this book here, Foundation by Peter Ackroyd, he has this great series on English history, and he treats that. I should have known that.
To be honest, I also would not have gotten the answer. So, yeah. Next question. It is a legal requirement that men and women should not be discriminated against due to their gender or marital status. True or false?
I'm going to go with true. They must not be discriminated against for those reasons.
You are correct. The answer is indeed true. UK laws ensure that people are not treated unfairly in any area of their life because of their age, disability, sex, pregnancy, maternity, race, religion, or belief, or sexuality, or marital status. Good job. You've gotten many answers correct so far. Maybe, are you sure you're an American?
100%, baby.
Okay, interesting. Next question. Who is known as William the Conqueror? Is it William the Duke of Edinburgh, William the Duke of Lyon, William the Duke of France, or William the Duke of Normandy?
William the Duke of Normandy.
How did you come to this answer?
Just because he was the leader of the Normans, who, as I said previously, were the last people to successfully invade the British Isles. So that's my final answer, the Duke of Normandy, William. He later became known as William the Conqueror. 1066, I believe, was when they did it.
You are indeed correct. The correct answer is William the Duke of Normandy, who invaded in Hastings, in the Battle of Hastings in 1066. And we are still angry about this, even till today. Which languages were the basis for modern English? Was it Norman French and Anglo-Saxon, Celtic and Anglo-Saxon, Norman French and Celtic, or Gaelic and Celtic?
Okay, so I'm going to narrow it down to two. Norman French is certainly part of the answer. So can you repeat the two options with Norman French?
Norman French and Anglo-Saxon, or Norman French and Celtic?
Okay, I'm going to go with Norman French and Anglo-Saxon. I believe that's the correct answer. There is a wonderful book called Our Magnificent Bastard Tongue by an American scholar from Columbia University called John McWhorter. It's an excellent book about the history of the English language. And if I recall correctly, it's Norman French because of the invasion, and Anglo-Saxon. That's my final answer.
You are correct.
All right.
That is indeed the correct answer. And so in 1066, I believe it was 1066, when William the Conqueror invaded our country, French was mixed into the English language. And that is why we still have a lot of French words like entrepreneur and things like that in the language today that we still use. And so the nobles spoke French, and the peasants spoke something more like English or Anglo-Saxon.
Yeah, that was one of the more interesting passages that stuck out to me in that book that I was talking about. Our Magnificent Bastard Tongue is the class differences between the Norman French and the Anglo-Saxon, and we see that in terms of how food is described. So if the food is presented in the house, it assumes the Norman French word, so pork. But if it was outside with the peasants who were preparing it, it was swine, stuff like that. I thought that was cool.
Okay, it is time for your final question of the day. Which two wives of King Henry VIII were executed? Was it Anne Boleyn, Anne of Cleves, Catherine Howard, or Jane Seymour?
I believe it is Anne Boleyn and Jane Seymour. I believe that is the answer.
I'm afraid the correct answer is yes, Anne Boleyn is a correct answer, but the second answer was Catherine Howard.
Oh, that's right, yeah. She was the one from Spain, right?
She was a cousin of Anne Boleyn. I don't know if she was from Spain, but hey. Point is, you got it wrong. So thank you, Brian, for taking this Life in the UK test today. How do you think you did today?
I think I did okay. I think I got 4 wrong out of maybe 12.
I would say it's a respectable score, especially for an American. Thank you for watching, guys. If you want more comprehensible input at the B2 upper intermediate level, be sure to check out our podcast here. We talk about all things British in this podcast. Alcohol in the UK, places to live in the UK. Check out the podcast right here. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.